Hi boys and girls. Okay, last week you should have gotten your drawing done and traced everything with Sharpie. Today we're going to be adding the values or the different shades of gray, and we'll finish it all up by adding a little bit of white here in the eyes, but that's the very last thing you're going to do. So we're going to be using our pencil a lot today. We're mostly going to focus on getting some shadows around your eyes, and anywhere that you think there would be more than one value. So my hair has light blonde, medium brown, and a little bit of dark brown. So I try, and back here in the shadows it's actually darker. So I tried to do that with this one, and the same thing here. And to get the blonde at the very end, I added a little bit of the white oil pastel into my hair because it really still didn't look very light to me. Now, to make my hair look lighter, I actually, on this one, shaded in behind it. If you have dark hair, you probably don't want to shade this in, but if you have light hair, you may want to do that so that it makes your hair look lighter. You want to try to offset the different values. So my hair's light. That means on this one, I'm going to actually shade in the background here. I'm not going to put as much under this because I still want to have the good contrast for my spider, but because I'm doing the background a little darker. And if you can see lines on yours like this, oh, it's getting really dark, isn't it? If you can see lines, you can take your finger and rub that to smooth that in so that it looks like it's one value and not a bunch of lines. Now my hair's looking lighter, right? But I know under here in the back, my hair is actually a little bit darker, so I'm just going to draw lines. I don't want to fill this in all the way, so I'm drawing a few lines, and I'm using a little bit of my finger to shade that in. I'm going to do the same thing here, do wavy lines. Okay, now I also feel like my frame would be a darker value. I want it to be even darker than this, so I'm really going to have to push hard on my pencil. I'm going to lay it on its side, and I'm really going to press hard here. Okay, I want you to try and get at least 4 different values. So I can tell right now I have the value that my paper was to start with, a little bit darker value here where I've added a few lines, an even darker value behind, although this is looking, I better go over it a little bit more here because these look pretty similar. Maybe just right here where they're close to each other, I'll make it just slightly darker right on the edge. 1, 2, 3, 4 different values. Try to get at least 4 different values, okay? And then for your face, we want it to have shadows. We want our eyes to really pop out. So take your side of your pencil, because you want this to be kind of soft, and put a little shadow around your eyes. Not much. Put a little bit around there. I might even go closer to my eye and press a little bit harder right in there, and then I want it to get softer as it comes out. So you see how I'm starting to look like I've got really deep dark circles around my eyes, like I've had a really long night. Probably my mouth would be darker too, so I'm going to shade that in, because if your mouth is, it's definitely a cavity in there, it would be darker. And underneath, so if I want to make my cheekbones pop out, right under your cheekbones, you can do a little shadow right here, kind of coming in from here. And what that'll do is that'll make it look like your cheekbones are popping out. Now you don't have to do that. If you do it and you don't like it, like I'm not thinking that's too much, I'm going to erase some of that. Maybe just what's on my finger would be enough to make that a shadow. And then my neck, there would be a little shadow right here where your chin is over your neck. There'd be a shadow, and then I have like where your Adam's apple is, there's like, you've got some bones right there. You can do those. You can kind of put a shadow there. So look at your neck. See what it looks like. Okay, that'll give it some value. Now the very last thing I'm going to do is the white. I'm ready to do my white. So I'm going to get my white oil pastel, and you don't want to do this any sooner because it'll get all this other brown stuff smeared in it. So this is the very last step, is to put that white right there in the eyes, so my eyes will really pop out. And then I have really light highlights in my hair, so I'm going to put just a few little lines in here in my hair to make it look like there's some white highlights. If you had teeth showing, you could probably put this on your teeth, right? I could put it on my badge. I feel like my badge is a white badge, so I might put a little bit on my badge. Make my badge pop out. Once you have this done, you're going to take a photo of this, put it in your art Sony account. Oh, I might put a little bit on my cheeks, just a little bit. Okay, have fun.